Insert Will Ferrell Anchorman quote here. Guys, there's something wrong with the prompter. I don't know what's going on. What's up, Comic Book Nation? Welcome to Comic Book Now. I am your host, Brandon Davis. Call me BD. Joined today again. It's Thursday. Lucas Siegel's in the house.
What's happening?
Guys, Lucas is monitoring the comments.
Who should I say hi to?
He's got a special shout out.
Let's say hi to Matt Montgomery. What's up, Matt Montgomery?
What's up, Matt Montgomery? And Amy Barlow hit me up on Twitter, and she was like, can you wish my daughter a happy 22nd birthday? Happy 22nd birthday, Amy Barlow's daughter.
Happy birthday to Amy Barlow's daughter. Yeah. Finally, I've been counting the days.
Yeah, that's for you. Cheers. That's for you. Guys, to start the show, we have a very big announcement that I'm excited to share with you. Going forward, Comic Book Now, we've been doing this every day of the week. We're going to do it on Thursdays only. So Angela Lopez, Reese Williams, I know you guys are with us every day. We appreciate that. But no. Hold off the booze. Guys, this is actually, bring on the booze, but hold off those booze. We do this every day, so a lot of work goes into the show to make it the best it can be. So starting now, we can do more with it. We can put extra effort in on our off days to make sure that on Thursdays we can do everything that we want to with this show. We can make it even more fun and engage with you and bring you even more awesome geek content. And we thank you for your continued support. We thank you for every time you click that share button and bring more of your friends to the show. And that just means there is even more exciting stuff coming every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time during Comic Book Now.
When were you going to tell me?
This was how you learned. This is how you find out.
All right. There you go, guys.
Yeah. So with that said, thank you so much for your continued support. How about we start with the news, as always. First up, we are starting with a trailer. This time, it's an awesome new look at Pirates of the Caribbean 5. Check it out.
Pirates had infected the seas for generations. So I vowed to eliminate them all. And then there was this boy, Jack Sparrow. Follow him in! He took everything from me and filled me with rage.
The dead have taken command of the sea. They're searching for Pearl, a girl, and a sparrow.
I have heard stories of a mighty Spanish captain whose hunted and killed thousands of men.
No, men, no. Pirates. Pirates.
I once knew a Spaniard named something in Spanish.
He's coming for you, Jack.
Where's your ship? Your crew? Your pants?
Jack!
I'm so sorry, were you still talking?
There's nowhere to hide. Find Sparrow for me.
From this moment on, we are to be allies.
Considering where your left hand is, I'd say we're more than that.
Monkey.
I'm not looking for trouble.
What a horrible way to live.
You will pay for what you did to me.
Ship are looking for Jack, so I'm going to swim for it.
Karina, stop that.
No, don't stop that.
This has gone far enough.
No, it has not.
I saw her ankles.
You'd have seen a lot more if you kept your cake hole shut.
There is a lot of casting news confirmed this evening, but first we're going to start with something that might not be locked in, although I'm digging, and it's leading me to believe it might be official. You know him as Chief Hopper from Stranger Things, but it looks like you will soon know David Harbour as Cable. Reports came out from my buddy Humberto Gonzalez, who said he's being eyed for the role by Fox, which were backed by Collider's Stephen Weintraub, who added that Michael Shannon was once considered for this role, but scheduling conflict ruled him out, making David Harbour currently the front runner. Before the show, I did some digging, and a source says David Harbour is Cable. So when we're done here, I'm going to continue to do some research and see if I can get this confirmed for you. But as of right now, it looks like David Harbour is the front runner for that pick. That said, there are some official casting announcements we can share today on Comic Book Now, and there are even more you can find on ComicBook.com. The X-Men TV series has cast an official mutant character again after Jamie Chung was cast as Blink. This time, Amy Acker has been tapped to play Polaris. Marvel's The Inhuman series, which will be filming in Hawaii, is returning a veteran lost actor to those islands as Ken Leung has been tapped to play Karnak. And we have a couple more exciting casting bits from Gotham and more on comicbook.com right now. But now back to Deadpool and 20th Century Fox Corner for a moment. Are you wondering if Deadpool and Stan Lee have cameos or any sort of appearance in Logan ahead of watching it this weekend? Well, I'm about to tell you the truth about it. So earmuffs if you don't want to know. Seriously. 3, 2, 1. As it turns out, the reports of Ryan Reynolds filming a scene for Logan with director David Leitch were true, but they're not a part of the movie itself, but instead are a complete opposite of a post-credits scene. They're the last thing you will see before the movie starts. Both Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool and Stan Lee as Stan Lee appear in the pre-movie scene, but not in the movie itself. I'm not going into detail here because I don't want to get too spoilery, but you'll have to actually go see Logan if you want more. And I suggest you do because that movie is amazing. I'm going to see it again this weekend for sure. Now, our fifth topic of the day, of course, it's The Walking Dead. It's in season. You know we're going to talk about it. Executive producer Greg Nicotero posted a photo on Instagram, which comes from this Sunday's new episode, which I've seen, and features a tribute to the Stephen King-written, George Romero-directed Creepshow film from 1982. The Creepshow poster sees a skeleton selling movie tickets, promising the most fun you'll have at the movies while being scared, and this image here shows a zombie selling tickets at a carnival, which you're going to see in Sunday's episode. If you want to ask Nicotero about it, well, guess what? You can do that because we will have him right here live on Facebook following Sunday night's new episode during After the Dead for a Skype interview where we will talk all about the episode and things to come. Remember, he is directing the season 7 finale, so some really exciting stuff coming Sunday night. I hope to see you for After the Dead. Lucas, you going to be there?
Oh, absolutely. I do not miss a second of After the Dead, especially when you have a great interview like that.
I don't miss it either.
I've gotten to talk to Greg Nicotero a couple times too. He is so fun to talk to. He knows so much about all the effects and the way that film is created. It's awesome.
What's really cool is that he just got a shout out from Oscar winners. Suicide Squad took home the Oscar, and the team said thank you to Greg Nicotero. That is amazing, and I've talked to him about that. We're going to talk about it on Sunday for sure.
Oh, awesome.
But he put so much work into designing Killer Croc with them. So
yeah,
that is really cool.
I got to see that Killer Croc up close because I was at the set.
Right.
And holy cow! I mean, it looked so real. There wasn't a detail off on it.
Right. Yeah, that's really cool. I wish I could have seen that, but
Oscar-winning Suicide Squad.
That's right. Guys, and Logan comes out this weekend, so before we get to the questions, comments, and all that good stuff, we want to catch you up in a little thing we call Comic Book Cram.
Does the X-Men universe confuse you? Us too, but we're going through both timelines in chronological order. Good luck to us! At the beginning of X-Men Origins Wolverine, it's 1845, and Logan's just a wee boy in Canada who sees his dad get murdered, so he sprouts some bone claws. He's the same height as Sabretooth, and they spend 100 years fighting some wars. Fast forward to X-Men First Class in 1963, and Logan pops up to drop an F-bomb.
Go yourself.
Back to Wolverine Origins. He joins Weapon X during Vietnam, but gets mad at Sabretooth and leaves. 6 years later, he's happy in Canada, but short Sabretooth kills his girlfriend, and Logan screams at the sky. The rest of the movie is super confusing, but it does feature Ryan Reynolds as Brock and Deadpool, and the only role he regrets more than Green Lantern. Fast forward 30 years to X-Men in 2000, where Wolverine with less muscles fights Sabretooth again, but now he doesn't remember Sabretooth. Probably because blonde Sabretooth is a foot taller. Also, Logan hates Cyclops and starts crushing on Jean Grey hard. 3 years later in X2, Wolverine explores his Weapon X past, but as we all learned during Origins, the less he remembers, the better. Then he has this awesome fight with Lady Deathstrike. Another 3 years later, and we get X-Men The Last Stand. Everyone dies, and Wolverine is forced to kill the love of his life who wasn't his girlfriend, but that's okay because she killed her boyfriend. Poor Cyclops. 7 years has passed in the Wolverine, and Logan feels so guilty about killing Jean Grey that he grows a beard. He remembers back to 1945 to his time in World War II, and his frenemy Short Sabretooth is nowhere to be seen. Then Logan goes to Japan, gets in a bunch of fights, and we get the weirdest post-credit scene of all time. Professor X is alive! Instead of explaining that post-credit scene, we skip ahead 10 years to 2023 in X-Men Days of Future Past, and Wolverine gets sent back in time. Now it's 1973, we get a new timeline, and at the end, Wolverine gets captured by Will Stryker for Weapon X, even though he signed up for Weapon X during Vietnam. Fast forward 10 years to X-Men Apocalypse. Now it's 1983, 20 years after X-Men First Class, and apparently everyone has mutant healing factors because no one has aged. Here, Logan breaks out of Weapon X, and holy crap, producers, he was in Weapon X for 10 years? This makes zero sense.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
And that brings us to Logan, and as long as you ignore everything that happened in the previous 8 movies, it promises to be the Wolverine movie we all finally deserve.
It still doesn't make sense. That X-Men. I'll say this: Logan stands on its own completely. It's 2029, and James Mangold tells me that he made that choice because he didn't want to be confined to the constraints that the X-Men universe has produced, and they did that. They made their own standalone film, and it's brilliant. Go see it. I can't recommend it enough.
And I'll also say this. I actually really like that the young X-Men movies have used the Marvel Comics sliding scale. So it was said for years that Marvel Comics only advanced 1 year every 7 years. So they kind of did it opposite in the movies, and they advanced 7 years every 1 year. So the characters were only a year older, but 7 years had passed, and I thought that was hilarious. It was a deep cut. It was a deep cut. I give all the credit in the world to Simon Kinberg and Bryan Singer if they actually did that on purpose.
Yeah, I don't know if they did that on purpose. I think you might have done it.
I'm going to assume they did it.
Sure, we'll allow it. Let's get to the questions.
Let's get to questions. We have so many questions right now, so many comments coming through on Facebook and on YouTube Live. And remember, you can ask us questions all week long now here on Comic Book Now with hashtag CBNow on Twitter. Ask us questions, build them up, make them really good, and we will pick them and answer them for you right here. And let's go ahead and get to some of those questions right now. Over on Twitter, our buddy Jordan Evans, what's up? Jordan Evans really wants to see a Batwoman movie. What do you think? Any chances of a Batwoman movie hitting the big screen?
I mean, eventually, probably sometime before the world ends, if the world lasts that long. But no time soon are we going to see Kathy Kane on the big screen.
Yeah.
There's way too much going on. That's just a pocket of the DC universe that's not going to, it doesn't fit.
Right.
It's not going to happen anytime soon. I bet, obviously, somewhere down the line, we probably will see a Batwoman movie or live action of some sorts.
Right. Look, we joke that it's the Batman cinematic universe, and sure, Batman is tied into everything that they're doing, but I really do think that we're going to have a much stronger focus on the very core characters of the DCU for quite a while here, until they build this up. Remember that with Warner Brothers doing all of their movies too, they can't just parse characters out the way that Marvel did.
Well, and I also hope that if we do see her, we see the Alex Ross version of the costume, because I think that one's awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, over on Facebook, Alex Ricci asks, do you guys know anything about the Spawn reboot?
Yes.
Yes, I also know things about the Spawn reboot.
I don't think he asked for details. He just said, do we know? So, next question.
All right. Robert John Delich, also over at should we?
We're on the next question.
We're on the next question. I'm sorry. Here's Robert's question. Do you think they're going to get into the relationship between Star-Lord and his father in Guardians of the Galaxy 2? So we got our first look at the human ego there. What do you think?
I think it's gonna pull so many elements of his relationship with Jason.
Yeah.
I said this yesterday on the show. I think that Star-Lord and Jason, I think he's going to have the elements and the powers of ego, but the characteristics in the relationship of Jason. They were calling him Jason on the set.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. They're going to pull from the comics. There will be changes like there always are, but yes, they're absolutely going to pull from the comics from that relationship. And that was a strained relationship as it was in the comics.
Oh, for sure.
So that's not a big change, and you can see that that's clear here.
James Gunn has been saying for months that the core of Guardians of the Galaxy is relationships. It's the relationship between Star-Lord and Gamora, the relationship between all the Guardians, and the relationship between Star-Lord and his father. It absolutely will be there, Robert.
All right, and now, before we move on, we're going to go back to Spawn because Lucas has the kindness in his heart to answer this question. You got to be specific, guys. I don't have time. I don't have time. No, I'm just kidding. But
yes. So Alex asked anything about the Spawn reboot. Alex, unfortunately, there's not too much new to tell you. I can tell you that I talked to Todd McFarlane about this last year. He's very, very excited about it. He wrote the script. He has a budget in mind. He wants it to be a low-budget movie, so he wants it to be made with a tight budget and a tight schedule. Basically, what he wants is full control. So once he finds a studio that will give him that full control and let him make the creative decisions, possibly even direct it himself, it's something that he's been thinking about, then he'll make the movie. It's going to be a hard R horror movie. And
I mean, how else can you have it?
Spawn is going to be kind of a background spectral character rather than being like a big supernatural superhero.
Please take my money.
Yeah.
I just saw Tyler Timothy ask in the comment section while you were talking about that. What was the question? I forgot what it was, actually. You were talking for too long. I'm sorry. Tyler, will we see Power Rangers early?
Yes.
The answer to your question, Tyler, is yes, I will see Power Rangers early. I'll see it a few days early. Somebody at our site will see it earlier than I will. I'm not sure who that's going to be yet. I don't think it's going to be me who's going to see it super early. I'll see it at least a few days before it comes out.
Yeah, I'm hoping I will as well to
Yeah.
really dig for Easter eggs.
And we will definitely have a lot to say about it when we do. I'm actually looking forward to Power Rangers. I think the trailers have been really, really good. The recent trailers have been really good.
Yeah.
There was a couple back then that maybe you kind of roll your eyes and say, well, why are they doing this? And when they first unveiled the costumes, it was like, this looks like Iron Man. Yeah, we know, guys. We have the same eyes. But I think that it has started to look great in the new trailers. Like, I think the costumes, they're growing on me. I think they're growing on a lot of people. And I'm excited for Power Rangers. I'm
Absolutely.
really excited for Kong Skull Island, which I'm seeing on Tuesday.
Yeah, Kong should be a lot of fun. Crystal Ann, live right now, is asking, any more characters for Avengers Infinity War or Justice League? Do you think we're going to see some surprises in either one of those movies?
Absolutely. I think we haven't heard about Adam Warlock yet for the Avengers. I think he's going to be introduced or at least referenced in Guardians.
I hope so.
I think we're going to get more cosmic characters and maybe a couple more, like, I don't know if you're considering the Netflix characters as surprises, but I think we might see them there. And for Justice League, absolutely. I think we're going to see significantly more characters than we know about already. I think Green Lantern is definitely going to be there, and we have no idea which one and who's going to play him.
Right.
I think there's a lot. Well, I don't want to give away spoilers for Logan, but definitely with X-23.
Does X-23 have a movie future?
Absolutely. X-23 steals the show there. And I can't really, even in spoiler-free or with spoilers, there's nothing I can really say that says this is the story you will expect after Logan from X-23.
Right.
But there is story to expect. I don't know what it is. And I mean, you can go read the comics and you can go look for other things, but they could go in any direction. There isn't a specific storyline being teased as far as I picked up. But yes, X-23 I think has a bright future. Daphne Keane is amazing in that part. And I think we're going to watch her grow up in this role.
Yeah, absolutely. Lucas Severson asking about the Kong versus Godzilla movie. So we've got Kong coming out this month.
Right.
What's the progress on Kong Godzilla? Anything?
Well, I know that Kong Skull Island is going to set that up.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
And it should set it up pretty directly, right?
Pretty directly, yes. I haven't seen it, and I've avoided reading it because I'm seeing this movie Tuesday, which is 3 days before it comes out. And if you can't go to a movie 3 days before it comes out, spoiler-free, then what can you do? How do you do it? So I'm waiting this out. I know that Kong Skull Island is going to tease Kong vs. Godzilla very directly, and it's going to be a few years before we see that movie. Right. But I'm ready for it. Bring it on. I've only heard good things about Skull Island.
Is the plan. 2020 is the plan for Kong vs. Godzilla.
Can't wait that long. But in the meantime, we have Justice League, two Justice Leagues, 2 Avengers movies, lots of cool stuff. A couple of X-Men, Deadpool 2. Power Rangers, maybe another one. Anyway.
Can you believe when Avengers Infinity War comes out, we'll have 20 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies?
I'm so happy about that.
It's really pretty amazing. Really pretty amazing. I want to know what you guys think. Is Kong or Godzilla going to win that fight? Who you got? King Kong or Godzilla? What do you got? Who you got?
Godzilla destroys.
Oh!
Godzilla destroys Kong in a fight. And let me know what you think in the comment section. I think most people have a brain, and they'll agree with me. This isn't Peter Parker, Barry Allen, who's smarter. This is who wins. Dude, can King Kong open his mouth and shoot laser beams? No. No. Does he have a spiked tail? No, he needs buildings and weapons. Godzilla's just like, I got T-Rex arms and a laser beam in my mouth. You're screwed.
King Kong already fights dinosaurs, and Godzilla's just a bigger dinosaur.
Bigger dinosaur. He's a dinosaur the size of the Empire State Building.
You know who
All
really
King
wins?
Kong does with the Empire State Building is climb it.
You know who wins?
The fans.
No, Mothra, obviously.
Oh no, well see, here's what happens is King Kong's about to kill Godzilla, and Godzilla says, Mothra, and then King Kong is like, why'd you say that name? And then they don't fight anymore. They don't fight anymore.
Why'd you say?
It's my mother's name.
Oh, man.
See, that was a Batman vs. Superman joke.
Yeah, because like as if Mothra is
Yeah.
the name of both of their moms.
Right. And that is where we will wrap up today's show. Guys, I want to remind you. I want to remind you guys, we made a big announcement at the top of the show. We are going to be live on Thursdays only going forward, which opens up the door for a lot of cool live videos on ComicBook.com on the off days, and a lot of really cool content to be prepared for our Thursday show. And thank you guys so much. Please continue to like, share, and watch our show, The Get Up in the Morning. Comic Book Now, Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. On behalf of Lucas Siegel and Comic Book Nation, I'm Brandon Davis. I'll see you then.